Hey, good morning everybody, Sarasota Tim. Welcome to my channel. Hey, listen, if you're new to my channel, would you consider subscribing if you like this video? And if you did like the video, would you please consider giving me a thumbs up? It really does help me out in the YouTube algorithm to get my videos out there so that I can become a millionaire. Just kidding. Give it a thumbs up though, it really does help. Folks, I'm here to talk to you this morning, a continuing story about the purchasing of a new car, a Cadillac, a Lexus, something, right? So I was looking at a Cadillac, and I'm going to give you the long story somewhat shorter. The long story short is I wasn't thinking about a car. I haven't been thinking about a car. I haven't been dissatisfied with my Honda. I decided to sell it a couple of months ago because I thought I really don't need it. And if I travel and I'm thousands of miles away, I don't want to be thinking about something I have thousands of miles behind me that is just sitting there. And one is enough. You know, I have a big truck to drive. It's not the ideal fun vehicle to drive around town and easy to park and maneuver. It's none of that, but it is serving a purpose. It is a necessary vehicle for my lifestyle because I live in a camper and I have to have something to tow it. This was a pure want, a luxury, and I got it. Okay, I did my due diligence and I know about cars. I used to be in the business for 17 years, and I know that Hondas are an amazing vehicle, along with Toyota. The two top, I would imagine. So Acura and Lexus came about while I was in the car business early on, and they were still growing. But anyway, this is a fantastic car. So I bought it, and what started this whole thing about buying a Cadillac was one reason only. Yeah, I had that for sale, and that might have been a little bit of hey, instead of selling it, why don't you just trade it for this Cadillac? Because I went into a Cadillac dealer with a friend to drop it off for service, and while I was there, there was another another Cadillac parked there right next to where it was just meant to be. It's like, hey Tim, buy me. It was the most stunning, prettiest car I've ever laid my eyes on to date. And being a car man, I've seen them all. And while I'm well past the sports car stuff and the SUV stuff, I like a sedan. I really like a comfortable luxury car. And while this is that, it's a little low to the ground, and it's not as smooth as maybe the Cadillac would be, and it's not as smooth as, say, a Lexus ES350 might be. But those are in a higher price point, and this was a very good value for the money. And after doing my due diligence and talking to a few people in the business, and I used to sell Hondas, I ran across somebody that was extremely fair with me and appreciated my knowledge and said, I want to make medicine. I'm not in love with any of them. It's the end of the month. Come get it. So I did. And I got a great deal, and I absolutely love this car. But when I went into that Cadillac dealer and I saw that stunning Cadillac CT5 in radiant red and everything else about it, the lines on it, I just fell in love. I was starstruck. I even lost my common sense about buying new cars. Once I quickly saw, and this is what kept me going on it, I walked over to it, and I know that the Cadillac CT5, the V model, it has a Corvette engine in it, they run well in excess of $100,000, up to $140,000. And so I figured with that number, a CT5, I haven't looked at them in a while, had to be, like Escalades and stuff, those are well over 100. That CT5 had to be 60, 70, 80,000. It looked like a $100,000 car. It looked like that Lexus LC500. It looked better. It is beautiful. When I walked over to take a closer look at it and discovered the sticker price was only $55,200, I said, wow, that's pretty amazing. For today's prices and what it looks like, that's not too bad. I can't even believe I'm saying that. And then yesterday I made a video in the mall right here of other makes and models of cars they've got for show. And there was a Toyota, there was a Nissan, an Acura, a Hyundai, or a Kia, and they're all 40 to 50 grand. And they're just regular, everyday crossover style vehicles, something I'm not really into, but it's the #1 selling style because people are moving away and manufacturers are moving away from 4-door sedans. They moved away from coupes a long time ago. So these are rare that you'll find a 4-door car. Most everything is a 4-door hatchback thing. Station wagon, I call them. Or a full-size SUV or a luxury truck. So when I saw it was only $55, I immediately started thinking, okay, here's what dealer cost is. I had an idea in my mind. Here's what mine's worth. I already know what it's worth because I'm trying to sell it. And I subtracted that from the dealer cost price and then figured a small profit for them and taxes and blah, blah, blah. And I came up with a number and I said, forget it. Even at that great price of $55,000 that I thought was a pretty reasonable number for what it looked like, it's still more than I would ever pull the trigger and pay. But I made videos and I talked about it like I was going to do it and wanted to do it. I actually made a phone call to another dealer, just chasing my tail, chasing the wind. And when I finally got a firm number from a Cadillac dealer out of my area, it was absurd, actually, very, very, very much out there. That, you know, they're still on pandemic days where car comes in and you give us $5 grand more than the factory wants for it and we'll give it to you. I mean, basically that's what it is. And then if you got a trade-in, unlike during the pandemic when they were giving you good money because they didn't have cars, they want to give you nothing for yours. So that is over. And after 2 more days now, I've completely come out of the ether. And while I made videos about it and alluded that I might do it, I was never really going to ever pull that trigger because even if I have the money, and probably do, I mean, I don't want to spend every nickel I got for a car. Neither do you, right? So I didn't want to like just put it to bed. Since I'm selling this, I didn't want to put the idea to bed. I said, maybe I still want to trade this though for something else that's luxurious. Since I got so excited about the Cadillac, and I'm forgetting all along what a great car I have. So I start chasing my tail again, and I'm going back to what I know to do, and what some of you even told me that are smart with common sense, is you buy pre-owned. Like, look at this. I bought this new. It's not worth what I gave for it. If I sold it to you today, would you be getting a bad car? You guys have seen the videos. It gets washed every day. It hasn't even had its own first oil change. It's still under factory warranty. What really would you be taking less other than lower price for this over a brand new one, right? It makes sense. So buy it. It's for sale on autotrader.com. So I started thinking, okay, get a used one, but not one of these and not that Cadillac, because that body style and that movie star Cadillac that I fell in love with a couple of days ago, there aren't any used ones because it doesn't have that body style. That's got the 2025. 2024 is different. Front end's completely different. So since I can't have a used one, and I'm certainly not going to buy that new one for that price, and it would be dumb, I started thinking, well, what else is there? You know, I've always wanted, and I wanted it before I bought this, but again, it was like going in and buying a Cadillac. I didn't want to spend that kind of money. This was only 40 grand, sticker price, and I got a smoking deal on it, without the dealer fees and all of that. I was able to pull a pretty good deal. So, for as good as you get on a new car. So, I always wanted the Lexus ES350. I've said for more than 5 years now, I can remember, telling everybody I talk to about cars, telling myself that that's the best vehicle on planet Earth for looks, reliability, maintenance, longevity, pretty much everything. Checks all the boxes. It's not a hybrid, although they make one. They surely do. The naturally aspirated V6 motor will only give you about 23 to 25 miles per gallon average fuel. 42 miles per gallon average. 40 all day, right here, 40. Free, baby, it's free to drive. So when I wanted to sell it because I wanted to travel and I got the new truck, and now I didn't need it because I bought this before I got my new truck. After I got the new truck, I had two shiny things. I'm like, well, I love that truck. I love the looks of it. That's why I bought it. And I have a camper to pull it with. I really don't need this anymore. Although I love it, I'm thinking, put some money back in the bank, you know, take your medicine, sell it. So I did, and it hasn't sold yet. And then I saw the Cadillac, back to the beginning of the story, wanted it, can't afford it, don't want to spend that much money, not going to spend that much money. So then I started thinking, okay, buy a used car. You don't want to sell this, you want to get something else. You don't want to drive your truck still. You want to drive a sparkly, shiny car. Get that 350. Well, the only problem we got, folks, is the ES350, the only one I would accept, just me, sorry, is the ultimate luxury. I don't want the sport in this. I don't want the LX, the EX, the DX. I want the touring. I want the top trim level. I appreciate the differences in the wheels, the interior, the heads-up display, the Bose music system, everything about what this trim level has over any of the other trim levels, and the hybrid motor. And when it comes to the ES350, I don't want the entry level. They call it luxury, they try to make it sound good, but it is nowhere close to the ultimate luxury, I think they call it. No, that's the Cadillac. They call it the Cadillac's a premium luxury. The Lexus is the ultimate luxury. So, the wholesale value on a 2023, which is pretty much identical to a 25, to make a cash difference of what I would hope to pay that still can't be done, is going to be $15,000 or more. To buy a year older car without a warranty that gets less gas mileage, but is smoother, nicer looking, maybe to people. This is nice looking too, but if you got the red one or one of them colors, they got some pretty cool paint jobs on Lexus. It wouldn't be a consolation. I mean, I would do it if it was like a swap, even swap for a 23 ultimate luxury or whatever they call their premium luxury model. But it's not feasible. Again, the reality, you cannot get it without spending money, lots of money, plus this. So here's what I decided to do. Nothing. Drive my car and keep it for sale. Because if it does sell for the retail price, without trading it in, without buying something else, without spending more money, taking a little bit of a drop and loss in what I paid for this, taking my medicine, getting money back, and being down to one vehicle, my new truck, ultimately, that's what I want to do now. That's what I want. I'm back to what I wanted to do 2 months ago, and that was sell this and have just the truck and drive my truck. That's what I want to do. And if it doesn't sell, or I do not get what I want, and believe me, what I want is very fair. You can find it on autotrader.com. That is what anybody's going to sell it for that gets it in trade from me or more. And if they try to make the number lower than I'm asking on autotrader.com, they're going to end up getting that price or more with their dealer fees and their back door, come in from the back door, charge you extra dealer fees, which is nothing but profit. You're going to spend what I'm asking on autotrader.com for a used one or more. And you're not getting this beautiful, like brand new one with 3,000 miles. So it's worth what it is. If it doesn't sell, again, I will drive the darn thing, period, the end, because it's paid for. And I'm not feeding a gas tank of a big truck. And what I'm saving in gas helps me pay for the additional insurance that I'm covering to own it. And if it sells next year and I have to lower the price because it will be older and I'm a realist and I renegotiate the price, but I've gotten more use out of it, then I'll do that then. But it is listed. There are signs in it. And if it sells, great. If it doesn't, great. And I don't want anything else. I got what I need. And I got more than I need. I would love it to go bye-bye. I would miss it. And I would hate to take the loss I'm going to take. But the reality is I would let it go today for what I've got it advertised for on autotrader.com. And if those thousands of people in the United States that are going to go into a Honda dealer today and buy themselves a hybrid Honda Accord, and there are going to be many Honda dealers sell one today, if they only knew that they could get this one, it'd be gone right now. I'd be getting the call. It's just a matter of luck who sees it. And so that's it. So I just want to finish up on that video and let you guys know that while it was entertaining and I enjoyed the comments, the good ones and the bad ones, and those that think they know what I know and things that I don't know what I do know, or what you would do versus what I want to do, it was all very good. I appreciate it. I take no offense to it, unless it was some disparaging comment and we got rid of you. But it's just life, people trade cars all the time. People buy different houses. People move from one state to another. People trade their RVs. People get divorced, trade in their husbands and their wives. We do us and others do them. But one thing we always try to do is crush it.